Hey guys, this is Alan from Quinkry Tropicals, and today's episode I'm going to show you how to grow a Mahoe hibiscus. If you've been to our place before, you probably have seen them around. I don't have that many of them because, well, we don't really propagate that many of them anymore because I found out that they are cold sensitive. If you don't know the difference between frost sensitivity and cold sensitivity, watch our other videos. I have some videos out there where I explain in details what the difference between frost and cold sensitive. But to give you a quick summary, a cold sensitive plant, in order to protect it during the winter time, you have to change the ambient temperature around them. There is no other way around that. You have to change it. There are only two ways to do that, and that is, one, you live in an area that is warmer naturally in the winter time, so you really don't have to do that much work because you don't get that cold. Now, option number two is by artificially creating a microclimate that will actually be warmer in the winter time. And one is by building a temporary greenhouse around the plant, or putting heaters around the plant, and you will have to do that for the life of the plant. It doesn't matter how big your plant is because it will always be cold sensitive. It may be able to tolerate a little more as it gets older, but it will never be able to tolerate the full winter temperatures without any protection. But the tree that you see behind me, this one right here, it's a Mahoe hibiscus. Let me show you. This is a fully mature Mahoe hibiscus, and it's about, I would say, 15 to 20 feet tall. They get a really wide canopy naturally without you pruning them. So they make really nice shade trees. Now the main feature about this plant right here is it's a variegated tree. Now this is a hibiscus, a different variety, and like I said, people like it because of the variegation on the leaves. And another good thing about them is that they will give you red flowers. Now right now they're not flowering, but imagine this whole tree covered with red flowers, hibiscus looking flowers all over the tree. Now anything that's variegated, guys, and this applies for all plants, you have to understand, in our area, which is Arizona, where we get over 100 degrees every single summer, you have to understand, anything that has variegation will not be able to take the full sun. Now, in my experience, since I grow these plants personally and I know exactly what they like and they don't like, these plants in our area will be able to take about 100 degrees direct sun, and then usually at that point, that's when they're gonna start sunburning. Now, let me show you what sunburn looks like. Now, this is from wintertime damage, but sunburn is gonna look just the same. Your leaves are gonna get brown leaves, and it's usually gonna be just randomly across a whole leaf because that's where the sun's hitting and burning the plant. It doesn't matter how much water you give your plant, it will still take damage in the wintertime. I mean, not in the wintertime from the sun. So yeah, I mean, we live in the desert, so it's gonna be really hard to keep this tree out there in the open all by itself. If you wanna grow the Mahoe hibiscus, you're going to have to put it among other plants where it will naturally get some type of filter shade from, you know, bigger plants around it. Because if you have it all by itself in the full sun, you know, prolonged exposure will kill a smaller plant. And they're not gonna look nice in the summer when it's over 100 degrees every single day. So just keep that in mind, guys, if you wanna plant one in the ground. Now, the main challenge is not the sun. It's gonna be the winter time. In my area, I get 10 degrees colder in the forecast. Forecast says 30 and 20 in my yard. That will kill this plant right here. This plant is cold sensitive, just as much as a mango tree. Maybe a little more than a mango tree. How much cold can it take? In my experience, I usually see them take cold damage as soon as we start hitting below 32. And now you have to understand, guys, plants are living beings just like you and I, so all plants are different. Some plants will take a little more damage than others, so keep that in mind. But yeah, this is the Mahoe hibiscus, and they grow very fast, extremely vigorous grower, guys. So if you want to plant one in the ground, this is the one to get, but you got to remember you're gonna have to protect it from the sun and from the winter time.